Hi, I'm Rob from hobzine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we've got something a little bit different. It might not look like it, and it certainly doesn't look like it, but this is going to be my first ever review of a homebrew. I'm a homebrewer myself. I met one of the brewers of this at our recent first meeting of the Leeds Homebrew Forum. I mean, we had a really good night. I mean, there's some talented people out there, and sadly most of them a bit more talented than me, but anyway, we're all learning. But this one is a bottle of Poltergeist Amber Ale. I mean, look at that label, it's fantastic. It's got a bit of a Art Deco quality going on, all hand done. And then look at that. I talked about doing that with my homebrews, because to be honest, when it comes to my homebrew, I try and make up with appearance that I lacking flavour, lacking quality of the beer. But yeah, fantastic, wax dipped, black wax dipped, handsome looking beer that. So this is an amber ale, brewed in collaboration with Matt Lovatt. But I guess the man in question with this beer is Will of Beer Ritz, and notoriously of Ghost Drinker blog. Will's one of the I'd say the most talked about and widely read bloggers beer bloggers in the UK, and a thoroughly lovely chap, I have to admit. Will's worked at Beer Ritz in Leeds, the shop now owned by Zach Avery, for a number of years. I think Will's been working there since I've been going in there, and to be honest, I've been going in there quite a while, and it's alarming how young that fella still is. Anyway, so this is Poltergeist. I'm going to keep the camera running while I try and open this wax seal, because I like to pride myself on being pretty good at opening wax seal bottles. I think I've developed a technique, and come on, who's the man? I can do it, no problem. But yeah, it looks kick-ass. I mean, I wish I didn't have to open this bottle, but I mean, it's beer, it's meant to be drunk. On the night of the Homebrewers gathering, when I first met Matt, the co-brewer of this, he brought in a fantastic Belgian ale. Very impressed with that. I mean, it was one of the beers that I thought, oh, I wish I could brew beer that well. Anyway, the point in cause, Will, Ghost Drinker, whatever you want to call him, he is essentially, as funny, as ridiculous as it sounds, Will is a Gypsy homebrewer. Will doesn't have his own kit. He probably doesn't. I don't think he's got much space in his house. I mean, and to be honest, to get decent homebrew kit, the startup is quite expensive. So Will's attitude is he will buy all the ingredients, come and brew with you, and then I think he gives you it lets you keep half of the brew length. But then he presents it in a fantastic way. So I've had a couple from Will before, and I've had one of Matt's beers before, and I was impressed by Matt's beer before, so I'm interested to see what this is like. Poltergeist Amber Ale. Will annoyingly never puts the ABV on the bottle. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, what got in the glass? Wow! I mean, that is the darkest amber ale I've seen. I've got it in the light, and it looks wonderful. It's like a really red sunset colour. It looks fantastic. There's a bit of haze to it, but it reminds me of when we were on holiday in Cambodia years ago. We were on this lake, and they took us out to watch a sunset, and then you see this fantastic colourful sunset, which is really dark as the sun's going down. Quite a lot of carbonation in the beer. That might be down to maybe a bit zealous on the priming sugars, but anyway, let's give it a swirl, and a sniff. Wow! That smells just like, do you know those little fruit salad sweets? Just like them. It's loads of raspberry. It's a really, really sweet aroma. Raspberry and peach, I'm saying. Fresh flesh of an orange as well, like a big orange, like a Jaffa orange. But yeah, that it is just like fruit salad sweets. You know, those little penny sweets. I'm sure people in the UK will be very familiar with them. I'm sure Americans might call them Jolly Ranchers or something similar kind of thing. Little candy sweets. Anyway, just smells like that. It's incredible. I've never smelled a beer like that. The head is fantastic actually. A really thick, foamy, tight head. It looks like a hand pulled head. That it's not often you get that in a bottled beer. And this is homebrew, remember. Anyway, I'm dying to taste this because it smells incredible. Wow. Ooh. Loads of body to that. Loads of body. I mean, it is only. Goodness knows how strong it is. I brewed a chocolate stout, and I wanted as much body in that as there is in this. It's a lovely kind of medium to full bodied, smooth as you like. The hops are one thing that jumps out to me straight away. A really nice, like slightly burnt marmalade quality. But blended in with this wonderful kind of rye quality as well. Really peppery rye bread. We bought some this kind of half Italian rye apparently, and it really reminds me of it. It's that arid kind of bitterness you get from rye. As it washes over your palate, I'm getting a lot of kind of Seville orange, that bitter orange. There's an Italian drink that you get in a can. It's called, I think they call it Chino or something like that, and it's by San Pellegrino. It comes in a black can. It's like a bitter orange. Really reminds me of that. A nice amount of grapefruit in this as well. When you're just about to drink it, that aroma really kind of gets you excited. Does me anyway, because I've got that really quite fond memory of those kind of little sweets. And just because it's such a distinct aroma, once you kind of put it to your nose as you're going to drink it, not through your nose obviously, but you get that aroma every time, and it keeps coming. It's really sticking there. There's a nice amount of sweetness in there, kind of like a muscovado sugar, just a hint of that, not loads of it. It's something about it reminds me of. I don't know if you've ever had them. My wife's big time into baking at the moment. Red velvet cupcakes. It reminds me of them because the colour and that kind of sweet kind of cakiness to it as well. It's got a sweet cakiness. The aftertaste has a really lovely amount of once again, as it starts off, and the first thing that grabbed me about the bitterness is that lovely burnt marmalade. I'm worried about finishing this beer, so I don't know how strong it is. And knowing Will, it's going to be probably quite strong. And the worst thing about finishing this, I'm going to tweet a picture of that bottle and tell Will how great this beer is, and Matt obviously, how lovely this beer is. And then they're going to tell me it's about 9.8%, and I'm going to be like, oh, fucking hell. It's a Tuesday night. I'm going to be pissed out of my face. I'm not careful. But that is lovely. I'm going to have a little bit more. What time are we on? We're on just under 10, just coming up to 10 minutes. I'm going to pour a little bit more and finish off. I'm really impressed. I mean, it looks great. Fantastic looking label. Let's get past my lamp. Fantastic looking label. Wax dipped. The man pulled it off. My dream to wax dip my beers. Gonna have to brew a beer good enough to wax up dip first, don't you? Because if not, you're setting yourself up for a fall, to be honest. But it looks great. It smells so unique, so lovely. And in absolutely every department, it delivers. The body is lovely and smooth, but then there's a wonderful amount of bitterness with kind of orange and grapefruit and bitter orange, as I kept saying. And a lovely kind of peppery rye quality, which is quite dry and cutting. And then ends a little bit peppery, but with a lovely bitterness that kind of sloshes around gently, and is really, really enjoyable. I mean, this is my first ever homebrew review, and I don't think I could have picked a better one to start with. I am very impressed, and I'm not just saying that because, I know these guys. They're not the closest friends I've ever had, but they are kind of people I know, people whose opinion I definitely kind of value. And do you know what, guys? That I was never expecting that to be as good as it is, and that is an absolute cracker. So anyway, Poltergeist Amber Ale from Matt Lovatt and the notorious Ghost Drinker. Well done, guys. It's a corking beer. Anyway, I'm Rob from popzine.com. Thanks for joining me for this interesting little homebrew review of this lovely, lovely beer. I'm really impressed. Anyway, I'm Rob, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.